I got a 2010 Audi A4, engine's a 2.0 T. And what happened was the customer just bought this car from a car lot down the street, got home, wouldn't start no more. So he called out a mobile repair shop. They drove out to the vehicle, said the starter was bad. They put a starter in it, drove away and said they were finished. The guy paid them and the car still wouldn't start, just sat there. So he had it towed in here to me and I'm looking at it now. My first initial look at this thing, it don't look like they put a starter in it, but it's kind of hard to tell because it's up behind the motor mount. Now I've never done one of these starters before, so first time me, maybe first time you. So the first thing I'm gonna do is read a little bit of service data to see what's involved with getting it out. I definitely know the motor mount's gotta come off, which means I probably gotta support this engine somehow, and I've got a tool just for that. So this is something I probably wouldn't recommend doing at home if you have to do it by yourself, and especially if you don't have a way to support this engine. All right, that being said, let's get into it. All right, so looking at it, it's definitely someone's been in here because they're missing a bolt here. Possibly, maybe something there. It's kind of hard to tell till I get it down. But someone's definitely been in there, but looking at the starter, it doesn't look like it's brand new. There's a little bit of rust. And that little weep hole right there, one of the first things we need to do is go ahead and get the tire off and that inner splash shield, and that way we can access that motor mount a little bit better. I love how Audi does everything in star. Caliper bolts, engine bolts, everything's got a star to it. You gotta love Audi. Put a little hip action into it. All right, let's see what's up in here. Looking at this here, we got some stars. We'll take it down. All right, and what I mean by star, I mean a T20. We even got broken clips up in here where I guess they took the splash shield off and the clips broke. Missing bolt there, missing one there. Ooh. All right. So if you look, there's a funny looking clip in here, and I'm sure there's a trick to getting it off. Shit, they're everywhere. We only need to get a couple of these moved out of the way, because all I'm gonna do is bend the back out. I'm not taking all these off on this side. You get a little pick like this, and if you look right here, let's see if I can get some light on it. If you look right here, there's a little tab in there. You just pull that tab up, slide it off. Needless to say, they only put one of those back because there was one missing one here. We got one here, so he probably took just that off here and bent it out of the way, like I'm gonna do. It was a mobile mechanic. They went to the house and did it, so. All right, we gotta get that one off there. That's a 10. So looking straight on, the shield goes behind a little stud right here. And we're gonna just pull it back and it should slide out of the way. There we go. All right, by just doing that, you can see the motor mount 10 times better. Let me get it up in the air and start taking it apart from the bottom side. And I already have the engine support in place. I know some of y'all are wondering. So I don't use this too often. It's a 12-millimeter socket. And someone probably definitely put a starter on it because it went in here. All I did was barely just move it a little bit. These bolts are already loose. I can almost do it by hand. Literally almost do it by hand. Okay. So I didn't think I'd be making another video. I really thought I'd be out of here. Head to Georgia. She's in such a small town in Georgia that ain't nothing to do. She said nothing to do but watch the grass grow. Be there for a little bit anyway. I am looking forward to seeing him. I miss her. There's one right up top here. I'm gonna try and go straight through this way with it. You really can't see where I'm heading with this, but, all right. Let me regroup. That ain't working. Here's the setup I went with. This is scary loose. It wasn't even tight. And someone definitely took all the bolts out. Look in the back of the starter, it's definitely a reman. So half a turn at a time. There's supposedly one more somewhere. I thought they said there were 4 bolts holding this mount in, but I don't know. I only see 3 so far. I hope they ain't 4. If there's 4, that's just gonna be a bear to get to. Button her up. All right, so just to recap, definitely don't do this at home unless you have the proper tools. I'm believing these right here hold it next. I went to get service data and they only showed service data on the left side. They said the right side is a rinse and repeat, and it really wasn't that clear. And I was using Pro Demand, and you know how Pro Demand is sometimes, I guess. I believe this bolt and that bolt go into that side mount. They're 15. It's one of the things you do one bolt at a time. Then you look at it. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Dude. Yep. Got server, last server, hello.
All right, now there's 2 from the side right here. Some more of them 12-point sockets. All right, so there's a ground nut, right? There's a ground right here. I didn't loosen it up. It is legitly finger tight. This is definitely a backyard job. If she paid for this, she needs to get reimbursed. And these right here, there's a dust shield covering up the side of the mount. It's an 8mm. Little dust shield. So there's one more of them wacky 12mm right inside here, but it looks like it's also, you can get maybe like a 16 on it maybe. 18. Let's see. Yep, 18. This should be the last bolt for the mount. At least I'm hoping. Let's see. Well, I don't see anything else up in there. So let's go back up with it. All right, looking at it. Let's put you right here. It's loose. I wish I could get this bracket out of the way, but they've already bented the shit out of it, and I don't want to mess with it anymore. I'm thinking if I put the dead arm right here, we can jack this engine up just a little bit, get it out of the way, and maybe this will pop out. That's the game plan. This is where you kind of want to be a little bit careful because remember, I got the engine supported up top and I don't want to screw nothing up and that support end up dropping on us. So we're going to just take a little bit of pressure off. Come on. All right, so we're getting somewhere. That's the bottom half of the mount. And this is the other one right here. Oh, maybe there is another bolt up in there. Can't see it. So let me lower it back down now. Maybe if I lower it down, it'll come down far enough to... Damn sure is one more straight ahead. Right there. In between that stud and that pipe. All right, I didn't have nothing to get up in there, so Carl did this shitty ass weld on this thing here for me. I'm hoping it's gonna hold. We'll see, probably not. Lifetime warranty, right?
Oh yeah. I'll weld it up however many times you break.
And there we All right. Good thing about it is, I swear to you, this guy who did the starter at home, or the mobile dude, every bolt was not even hand tight. Worked perfect. Bolt number 4. And with that bracket out of the way, there's your starter right here. All right, the electric connector on that starter is a 13. That's the one that has constant battery supplied to it. Do you disconnect the battery? Disconnect the battery. I don't want to move.
You're clear.
You're okay. Coming off of it, the bolt has got jammed on there. And this guy here, man, I don't know what the freak he's doing, but he has jacked this thing up all the way from the beginning to the end and installing this bitch. I mean, ain't nothing he did right. He literally cross-threaded the freaking bolt on there. There we go. Whew. All right, the bottom bolt is a 15. So I'm not sure where I lost you guys at. The battery went dead. That being said, to get that starter back in, you don't need to watch me do that. It's just a reverse procedure. It's not that big a deal. Again, it's probably something I wouldn't do at home because it's a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. That's why that mobile mechanic, and I said it 15 times in this video, jacked this girl's car up. All right, that being said, this job is done. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Catch you later.